Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I realize it has been a while since I have filmed and uploaded a new video. I think it's been almost a month, if not maybe 3 weeks or so. And to be honest with you, I think I just needed a break. I was away in Mexico for a friend's wedding at the beginning of July and that was so much fun. I had the best time lying on the beach and doing a heck of a lot of nothing. I did vlog the trip, but I haven't gone through the content yet, so like the editing and all of that, and I don't know exactly what I was able to capture, because when I tell you I laid on the beach the entire time, I literally laid on the beach the entire time. When I got back from the trip, I just felt so recharged. I loved the relaxation mode that I was in, and I decided to continue that throughout the month of July, and so I took a break and it felt so good. I can't even lie. And don't get me wrong, it did cross my mind to film a couple of videos here and there, but I didn't want to produce content just for the sake of uploading something onto my channel. I always want to produce really good videos for you, so I decided to wait until the time was right and I felt good, and I feel good and the time is right now. I know this has been a really long and probably drawn out intro, but it really does feel good to be back, and thank you for watching and for sticking around with me. I really appreciate it. Today's video is actually a really exciting one for me because I overspent and I bought the new Pat McGrath foundation. It just arrived a couple of hours ago and I was just lounging doing a little bit of reading, and I thought finally I'm just gonna get in front of the camera and try this on. It's still in the packaging. It actually looks like a perfume bottle. That's how nicely it's packaged. You've got this plastic wrap around it, which I'm about to peel off. And ladies and gentlemen, this foundation ain't cheap. This foundation is gonna set you back 90 Canadian dollars plus tax, depending on which province you live in. I think it's a little bit less than that in American dollars, but still, that's a lot of money for a foundation. Pat, I really hope this works because $90. This is called the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation, and I picked up mine in the shade Light 7. I did have a bit of a hard time picking out my foundation shade online. I felt like a lot of the light colors were really light, and they either had a yellow or a pink undertone. I didn't find very many neutral undertones, but that's okay. I know I can make it work with a little bit of concealer, extra bronzer. You know what I mean. I can make it work, but I thought it was just a little bit difficult picking online. So if possible, and you do have a Sephora close by, or if you have a retailer that sells Pat McGrath makeup, I'd suggest going in person and doing some swatches, because I think that'll be a little bit easier for you to determine which color is going to work for you. I am on Sephora's website at the moment, and it does say that this is a long-wearing, customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal tones that manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. The coverage is listed as being medium, the finish is natural, and this is good for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. So it's good for everyone across the board. When I look at the instructions on how to use this foundation, it says that you can use your fingers if you want a more sheer application. You can pump a couple of drops of the foundation onto the back of your hand and then dot on your cheeks and then just kind of rub it in with your fingers. The other application method listed here is to use a brush. You guys know I'm not a fan of using a brush. I'm actually gonna forgo that and use my beauty blender, because this is what I use to apply every single foundation and it has never failed me. So that is what I'm gonna do today. Those are all the details. This is the foundation. Oh my god, it's so pretty. The packaging is gorgeous. It does look like it's a bit of a cute little box here. Like, damn, Pat doesn't go cheap on packaging. It's probably why it costs $90. You get 35 milliliters of product in here, or 1.18 fluid ounces. So it's just a little over the standard 1 fluid ounce. This foundation is oil-free, it's paraben-free, and fragrance-free, which is always lovely. And this foundation was made in Italy, and it's got a shelf life of 12 months for anyone who is interested. So there there is the box. There is the top of the foundation bottle. Oh, it looks so nice. And I'm just gonna flip this around. And there's the foundation. This is some really nice packaging, my friends. This bottle has some heft to it. My goodness, it's a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be. It is a glass bottle and it does have a frosting all around, which I think is lovely. It actually reminds me of one of my, Dior foundations. This is the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. It's one of their newer ones. The packaging just looks like it. The glass looks pretty thick. Your label is on the bottom and yes, it's got a pump. The box says to shake the product really well before applying, so that's exactly what I am gonna do. I already have moisturized my skin and prepped it. It's already primed as well. I'm using my Dior Backstage primer. This is something that I purchased, I think it's been about a month now, and I've been using it every single day. Damn, that has changed my makeup game, my goodness. I still love my Tantastic Canvas primer, but this here is good. All right, I think that is enough. I'm gonna take some onto the back of my hand. Oh, this is like runny. Oh my goodness. It's a very watery consistency. I'm just going to take some of it with my finger and kind of dot it all over. I'm gonna do half my face first and see how that shapes up. Just gonna pat it in. It's blending really, really easily. You know, let me pull you in a little bit closer. There we go. So there it is, blended on half of my face. So there's my other half. You can kind of see I've tried to keep it down the middle, although gone a little bit over on my forehead because there was a lot of product there. The foundation, like I said, it blended out beautifully. I think it's sitting really nicely on my skin too. It's not really grabbing onto any dry patches, although I am seeing some redness, so I'm definitely going to see how well this foundation will build up. In the meantime, I'm going to finish the other side of my face like so. There we have it. The foundation is now blended all over my face, and honestly, it looks really, really good. It's not grabbing onto my dry patches. I'm not seeing any accentuated texture. Most of my redness is covered up, although I still do see some along this area over here. But for the most part, I'm really enjoying how it's sitting. And it is certainly a natural finish. I'd say natural borderline matte. And since Auntie Pat said this foundation is buildable, I'm just taking a little more on the back of my hand here. And I really do believe a product like this, given how much pigment is actually in the liquid, a little bit of this will go a long way. So you definitely don't want to overdo it. I am slowly going to build the foundation along the areas that I'm a little more self-conscious about and where I generally have a little more redness, which is right here. This is where my rosacea usually comes through. You know what, guys? The foundation has built up really nicely as well. It doesn't look cakey. It looks like it's sitting really nicely on my skin. And I'd say the coverage did increase. I mean, I am seeing less redness peek through. So far, I'm really liking the way the foundation is sitting. Let me see if I can zoom you in just a little bit closer. So there is my forehead. It's looking pretty good. Even on my nose, I'm not seeing my pores enhanced. I'm not seeing dry skin patches anywhere. Cheeks are looking really good, especially around this area here. Other side, just as nice. Upper lip is looking good. Chin is looking good. We're looking good. I'm now gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, and I will be right back. The rest of my face is now on, and oh my goodness, I cannot stop staring at my skin. This shade is perfect for me. I do feel like I have picked up a bit of a tan over the summer, so I don't know if it's the tan that's making this foundation shade work or if it's just the shade itself, but it is beautiful. It still does not look like it has clung to any of my texture. It hasn't accentuated dry patches. It's just looking really good. Since I initially applied this foundation to now, it has been about an hour. Yes, I know it's taken me a while to do my makeup, but I did stop for a food break. So this might actually serve as the first check-in of the day because everything is looking so good. I didn't use any concealer underneath my eyes because I thought the foundation did a great job of covering everything up. Oh, and I also want to tell you what I have on my eyes because I am so excited. I decided to give up my firstborn as well as my kidney on the black market so I can afford to purchase the KKW Fire collection. I did buy everything. I got the palette, which these colors are definitely up my alley. Hopefully, there we go. I think that's working now. These colors are so beautiful. I got the 3 lip glosses, although I don't know what I'm gonna do with this brown one. I am wearing the nude one with gold flecks at the moment, and I did use my ColourPop BFF2 lip liner because I know nudes don't look the best on me. Oh, and I got her eyeliners, which I've already put away. Got the gold, the orange, and the bronze color. And for any Canadians who are wondering, my KKW package was also delivered today, and I did not get dinged with duties and taxes. Can I get an amen? From here, I am gonna go about the rest of my day, and I will check in with you guys as many times as I can, just so you can see how things are wearing, and at the end of the night, I will let you know what my final thoughts are on this foundation. So in YouTube land, I guess I'm just gonna see you in a split second. So much for doing check-ins throughout the day. I don't know what happened, guys. I really don't. The day just kind of got away from me. I started watching the new season of Orange is the New Black, and before I knew it, I had to go and meet one of my best friends for dinner, and I just got home right now. Where's my phone? This is my work phone. It is 10:18 in the evening, if you guys can see that, so it is pretty late. I did put this foundation on my face around 11:30 in the morning, 12 p.m. So it's been a solid 10 hours of having this on my face, and I'm gonna just zoom you in so you can see the mess that is my face right now. Not necessarily the foundation, but just what I'm looking like. My eyes are just a hot mess, so please ignore those for the moment. But if I zoom you in real close, you guys can see my forehead. So I haven't touched up yet. I'm gonna do it on camera in just a second, but the foundation is looking really good on my forehead. The only thing I'm gonna say is that I am really oily now, but that's not out of the norm for me. I usually get quite oily with foundations throughout the day. It's just the way my skin is. And again, as I'm looking closely in my handheld mirror, I'm not seeing anything crazy. I mean, it's still sitting quite nicely. My nose is looking oily, but all right. I am starting to see some redness peek through, but again, that's relatively normal for me in most foundations. It's looking good. And the way I can really tell if a foundation is gonna be good on my skin is how it wears in this area specifically. My forehead is never really the issue, but if it catches on any dry skin or dry patches there, if it accentuates texture, I know it's gonna be a crap foundation for my skin. But with this foundation, it is still sitting really, really nicely, and I can't complain right now. It's looking really good. I mean, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think as well. But what I'm gonna do is just take my dirty, somewhat dry beauty blender now, and I'm just gonna buff over my skin a little bit to see how well this foundation is going to reset with some minor touching up. And literally all I'm gonna do is just bounce my beauty blender across my face. The other thing I wanted to mention is that there really wasn't that much shifting around the bridge of my nose, so it even sat really well on my nose, and that is the mark of a good foundation, at least for me. And there is my face after I reset it with my beauty blender, and it took away a lot of the greasiness, and the foundation is kind of back to the way it was when I initially applied it. There is some redness peeking through like I mentioned earlier, but nothing that's a huge concern to me right now. In terms of final thoughts with this foundation, I like it. I think the price tag is a little bit outrageous. I haven't thoroughly investigated all of the ingredients that are going into this, but I can't imagine that it would be $90 worth of ingredients going into 1.13 ounces of a product. This is certainly on par with some Guerlain foundations that I have used in the past. Currently, I'm not using any super expensive foundations. I think my most expensive one is my Dior foundation. Everything else that I've been using is actually from the drugstore. To be honest, ever since I got back from vacation, I've been using my CoverGirl foundation. This is the True Blend Matte Made foundation, and it's wonderful. I think this could go toe-to-toe with the Pat McGrath foundation. The one thing I am gonna say about this particular product though is that on my skin, it doesn't feel like I have anything on. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel cakey, it just feels like my skin, and that is something I can definitely appreciate about this product, and I think that's a true testament to its very liquidy formulation. Honestly guys, I am impressed. Whether or not I would repurchase this is still to be determined. I don't know if I love it enough to shell out another $100+ to buy this, especially when I can get similar effects with other foundations that I currently have in rotation. But if you are looking for a new foundation to invest in and you've got some spare change and you have similar skin issues to me, so I usually deal with rosacea, large pores, texture, acne scarring, and oily skin. If you have any of that, then this foundation, at least from my experience today, will look really good on your skin. As always guys, I really hope you found this review helpful. If you did, you know what to do. Give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you want to keep up with me outside of YouTube, I am quite active on social media, Instagram in particular, and I'll leave all of the pertinent links for you in the description box below. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you are all having an amazing day no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!